Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour, and welcome back to part number 2 of this map reviewing contest, where we've received a load of nice 2v2, 3v3 and 4v4 maps. And without further ado, we're going to get straight into this. We're going to review group 2 of the 2 versus 2 maps. This first one here is called Desert Oasis. We're going to jump straight into this 10-second replay. Again, I'll put the top comment as where you can get these replays and where you can get these maps, and you can review them yourself. But if you're too lazy to do any of that, here is a quick video review for you. Sounds very windy as soon as I jump into this map. And we've got one supply. Actually, I do remember just quickly checking this replay before. It's the first thing that strikes me when I actually check this map is there's a lot of a hell of a lot of dead space. Reminds me heavily of Red Rock. I mean, if you just look here, there's loads and loads of dead space. And then here on your main base, it's actually not that much money, only 15k. So you're going to be dried up on that one supply very, very soon. So I think that actually promotes a no eco situation. You've got some crates here. Could actually benefit USA, dropping a supply down there and actually collecting those crates. Got some crates here. More crates here, and then obviously supply there, and supply there. So quite symmetrical, apart from this. Whoa, it's actually pretty beautiful. Loving the rocks, loving the color of the water and the waves and stuff. That actually looks very nice. I actually prefer that outline with the waves rather than just when it's like that horrible dark blue that just kind of meets the terrain, if you know what I mean, if you've seen that before. So yeah, more crates there, more crates here. To be honest with you, and I don't want to let my comments influence you. Obviously, you vote for these maps however you want. If you maybe love this waterfall, or you love having low money and you love it being different, definitely a unique map. But to me, it seems like it's got very, very high potential because it looks absolutely so beautiful. These little villages and these crates and stuff all look really amazing and really decent. But it looks like there's a lot of dead space, and with a few tweaks and with adding some stuff, in my view, I could rate this map quite highly. But because there is a lot of dead space, a lot of stuff, like why couldn't there be like some crates here, or a refinery here, or an oil here, or why couldn't that be a little bit more stocked, like a minimum 30k? Maybe there could be some crates deep in the back of your base as well to make it a bit more of a longer game. Because there's so little supplies, I'm going to guess here there's going to be quick games, but maybe that is for some people as well. Maybe some people like short games, whereas I like to grab loads of money. I like a good 30-minute epic tank battle, for example. Nice little rocks and stuff here. Not as pretty as the other side, but it's still, you don't often see that rock type, I don't think, in the maps. So yeah, that's that map. Let's jump into number 2. Again, I'll put these replays and I'll put the maps in the top link. That one was called Desert Oasis, and that was number 10. So if you want to vote for number 10, you vote for Desert Oasis. Number 11 is Dock Block, not to be confused with Cock Block. It is Dock Block, and here we are. It actually looks a bit similar to like an official map. I forget which one it's called, but maybe you would have to rotate the camera for it to be fully like that. Maybe it'd be like that. I don't know. Anyway, you got your main supply. I'm actually going to pause it before the game crashes because I only recorded 10 or 20 seconds. Yeah, you got your main supply, 30k. You got some crates there. I like that amount of money. For me personally, I like to have a lot of money. Those supplies seem a little bit too close to your base, maybe. Maybe you could do with a bit more space, but either way, at least you've got them, and you can get your economy rolling straight away. Then you've got some oils to share with your mate, or maybe he's not your mate. Maybe he's just a random you found in the lobby. You got your oils back here, 2 oils there, and 2 oils there. And you got this village to fight over. You got this supply crates here. Got a bit of a train dock in place. Some more crates here. Some of the GLA boats, they're called PT boats. I realized that from playing against the AI recently in one of those custom maps. So yeah, a bit of a village to fight over. Not crazy amounts of buildings, but there is still a fair few buildings. You've got the refinery. You've got these 3 things that always tend to go together, they do. I always see 3 of them together. And there as well, a load of them together. Okay, it's a bit, I wouldn't say dead space. Maybe you could make that so you could actually sneak a work around or something like that. I don't know, just something that springs to mind. So yeah, more crates there. A bit to fight over in the middle, but yeah, most of the stuff is in your main base. So you probably can be content with just giving up The middle, I mean, if you've got like the worst armies, maybe you've got like super weapon and you want to just sit and chill in your base. But there are still a fair few buildings, so actually you could probably garrison these pretty easy. They're very, very close to your base actually. So it will definitely be a war of the city in the beginning, but it wouldn't be at the end of the world if you, even if you did lose those crates, and you did lose those crates, because you have got a fair amount in your base, you probably could survive. Yeah, so actually pretty nice map. Would I play this? Yeah, definitely would. Would I enjoy it? Probably, yeah. Looks a very decent map. That one was called Dock Block. You're going to remember that one now because I said Cock Block, but yeah, it's Dock Block. Drowning Horses is the next one. This one, if my memory serves me correctly, I think it comes up saying who it's made by. Drowning Horses made by Millard 9, Queen Muff, and Spalding. Okay, so this one's quite interesting. So you've got a top versus bottom map, it looks like, because it is longer, so your allies tend to spawn together, so they would spawn closer to the top. So yeah, you've got your two spots here. You've got some nice little trees and stuff going on. Got your supply crates here. Little statues and stuff. Nice little bit of artwork with the stuff going on here. Got a supply dock up there. Has that got 30k? 30k. All those crates. If it was me, I probably would do a 3 supply build order. You could probably do one there and one there. I'd be tempted because it's quite a long map. You're probably going to be going for more of an eco boom. But what's interesting about this is actually the middle area. Ooh, what's going on with that oil? Oh, it's there. I thought the oil was like, I thought it was sticking through here. I thought it was that rock. So yeah, what's interesting here is these crates here. They're actually blocking the entrance. So I was trying to think to myself, like, what army does that suit? Because you're not going to be able to cross there by the looks of things until that's actually mined out a little bit. So that's very interesting. You can still get to this area by going through here, but then here it's kind of weird. I'm thinking if you're China, you're probably going to be trying to take this area and mine there. You're not probably going to mine from there. And even if you were, if the enemy was China as well, he gets a flamer here and flames over. That's going to be difficult. So it's definitely a unique part having that you have to mine it away, collect it away, and then you'll be able to pass through. Don't think I've seen that all too often, or if ever before on the Zero Hour map. So very, very interesting. Got these little hut things. Got these crates. Got an oil here. More crates on this side. A little pipe thing. So yeah, to me it looks like a very, very decent map. What's on this side? You got a reinforcement pad and the tech repair bay. It looks a little bit weird because it was from behind. And then same on that side, tech repair bay, a few buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, which area would you probably most likely be going for? You probably will be going for the middle, I would say, because you can take the middle and you can, even if you're China, you can probably collect from there, although the terrain does look a little bit screwed there, so you probably won't be able to drop down a China supply. Probably have to be there. I don't know if that's just a glitching bit of water or something. But yeah, I suppose... Nah, because if you were China there and he was China, you could do a flame wall over there. So yeah, flame walls here are going to be very powerful. And also USA, you're probably thinking we'll just be able to collect over this and be able to collect from there. But he could just put a gap there and it could stop that. It's a very, very interesting map. I probably have to play this a few times to realize who this this unique bit of supply placement actually benefits. But yeah, let me know what you think of this map. Is this one of your favorites? Again, you'll be voting for the best 2. Which are your 2 favorite maps? So yeah, Drowning Horses. Is that because the statues in the water area? Possibly. Next one is going to be called Dual Force. This one is 13. Drowning Horses was 12. Dual Force. Okay, we've got a lot of sound effects, as I noticed straight away. Okay, you got a refinery and an oil and your main supply. Oil and a reinforcement pad. It looks like it's going to be a top versus bottom map again because it is a long one. You got the spotlights and stuff. Supply crates. Got 3 bunkers. Very, very strong bunkers though. So if you manage to hold that area, then that's going to be very strong. But likewise, if this guy has this is going to be basically no man's land, because if you get a load of stuff inside of these and he gets a load of stuff inside of there, no one's really going to be coming out. You're going to have to probably drop down a supply here and long distance collect from around there. Maybe if you're USA, but then the GAT goes there. Very interesting in the middle. It actually looks quite a nice map, to be fair. Got these little grid things here. I'm guessing you can crush over these sandbags and stuff with a dozer, but obviously a worker's going to have a harder time. Don't know if you can delete them by placing a scaffold or if that's classed as abuse. Got a hospital. Got a fair amount of tech buildings, to be fair. You got the oil. Got the artillery pad, a hospital. So yeah, definitely going to be an interesting fight over the middle. All the middle is quite compact. So there's going to be a lot of garrisons and probably result in a little bit of a stalemate in the middle, I think, because there's a lot of bunkers to get hold of. For me, it's going to be very bunker. I mean, if you're against an air force here, if you got like, if you got a stealth and an air, I don't really know how you're going to break them at all. So quite a bunkery map. But again, maybe there's a market for that there. Well, certainly, if I get stealth and air, I'll be picking this map. I'll be picking myself to win that with the air and the stealth, or the air and the tank, whatever. So yeah, very, very interesting dynamic in the middle. Quite beautiful. A lot of different things used, and then obviously you've got these sound effects as well. So sound effects on this side of the map, so here and here. Yeah. If it was me, I probably would remove the sound effects, but I mean, it sounds cool. Maybe some people actually like it. For me, yeah, I think it's just a little bit distracting, but maybe I'm just boring. I don't know. Anyway, that was Dual Force number 13. Number 14 is going to be Dunes V3. Okay, so this is Dunes. The first thing I noticed when you boot into this map is it actually looks pretty dark. I thought it was the texture at first, but actually if you look at the CC and the dozer, they're actually dark as well, and it's actually not dark enough for the lights to come on the dozer and the CC, which I thought was a little bit weird. So yeah, you got it's called dunes. You got all of these dunes to drive over with your dozer and stuff. I did test it, and I think you can drive over most of this or all of it. So whilst it looks impassable, actually it isn't impassable. You got these crates here, you got this supply here, crates here, supply there. Got an oil here in the middle. Load of buildings, and then another oil, but there is quite a lot of dead space. Even though it looks kind of cool with the dunes, there's nothing really of use. I mean, as long as you get that oil, there's no reason to fight over the rest of it. I mean, obviously you want the map control. Okay, there's oil here on the right side and there. Yeah, but apart from that, maybe there could be a little bit more stuff in the middle. Okay, you got a refinery as well. I don't know, maybe there could be a couple of crates. There's no real reason, I mean, to expand to anywhere on this side. Yeah, it'd be cool, drop down a tunnel and maybe you want to do a bit of aggression, but there's no real strategic reason. If you lose it, you can just happily camp back deep in your base. So interesting to see how buggies and Vs work on that, on this terrain. Like, I wouldn't want to be fighting tank gats with my Vs on that terrain. But yeah, all in all, you've got the 2 safe supplies in your base. Those crates will run out obviously a lot quicker. Oil, and this this refinery. Yeah, this map's called Dunes. Okay, number 15, Dust Bowl. And this one's made by Assassin. Play fair and have fun in the blue text. Okay, so this one strikes me as the map called Desert Combat, which is actually double Tournament Desert, but it is Tournament Desert is one of the most popular 1v1 maps of all time, so there's nothing wrong with it being of a similar design. But I say it's similar, it's not really, like, because the buildings are different. You've got a church in the middle, you've got these supply crates here in the middle, although and not really that much worth building a supply there. I mean, you would for a little bit, but then you've got these crates here as well on this oil. So if we just add up the supplies, you've got the 2 safe supplies. That one's going to mine out quicker, only got 20k. I don't know if that's actually like Tournament Desert. I think it's probably close, or maybe Tournament Desert got 25k, something like that. So then yeah, you got the oil just like in Tournament Desert. Bit of sharper edges like for the ramps and stuff than Tournament Desert. You got your oil here as well, so you got 2 safe oils really. You got those crates there. The middle, it is obviously worth fighting over because you have got these crates and stuff, but it's not as important as Tournament Desert, whereas like you control the middle, you've got loads of extra supplies. I mean, you've only got those 2 and they're more on your side anyway rather than actually directly in the middle. Then you got your oil refinery. Okay, this middle is probably more important, a lot more important to go for because there's a big major supply there. So yeah, definitely a symmetrical map. Definitely a top versus bottom, it looks like. I suppose you could play left versus right, but you'd have to choose your spots because it is a longer map. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. So that map was called Dust Bowl. We've got a few more maps left. We're going to review to, I think, 18. Yeah, I think 18. We've got Grasshopper next. Okay, so if we pause this, did add some AI, by the way, just so you can see where you spawn and stuff, because it actually looks like a bottom right versus top left, kind of. Okay, so you got your main supply, you got 5 crates and an oil. You can get there from there, it looks like. Some sound effects, which is the river down here, I think. Actually looks pretty nice. A lot of uneven terrain here. Not a lot of building places apart from in the corners and stuff. Definitely a unique map. Does it suit bunkering? And I always think, like, if you're against an imbalanced army, like let's say you're against air and stealth in 2 vs 2, it's always going to be hard. But obviously the terrain of the map, if it's flatter and you can get there easier, can have more success. But actually, I suppose V's against Gats and Technicals down here, it's probably not going to be the easiest. I mean, there is these strategic bunkers to get hold of as well. So I suppose, let's say you were trying to bunker, you get a guy inside of there, and you get a guy inside of there. Yeah, it probably bunkers off most of that area, especially if you got in all 3 of those early. Probably the enemy team is not going to be able to do much damage soon, so maybe it does suit bunkering. But you know what, I haven't played many games on it, or any games on it, so who am I to say? You got the crates there. I'm hoping you can drop down a supply there. It looks like you can. You got your crates here, supply, oil, and then for the other team, same kind of thing. So to be honest, definitely unique. Ooh, big load of crates in the middle. That's a load. Yeah, so that's an important point, getting hold of that. I suppose if you were bunkering and you were taking all those bunkers, the enemy team could just take that. But it doesn't look that easy to place down a supply. Like a China supply, can it fit there? Probably not. Probably going to be there or there. But yeah, it just gets me thinking about these bunkers here, because they're very strong bunkers as well. And whilst you can do like a flame wall up there, and I'm just thinking, like, let's say you're GLA against the USA and he gets inside of them, and you're going to be fighting V's in these choke points. Actually, probably the V's are going to come out on top, I reckon. So yeah, very, very nice map. Just like to see a few. I don't know if it'd be too bunkery or not. Okay, so that one was called, what, Grasshopper. We're now going to look at Grass Valley. Okay, Grass Valley. Looks like everyone starts in these edges. I was going to say corners, but it's not corners, it's the edges. Got this artillery platform. Got your supply, you got an oil in your base. Got 2 oils in your base. 3 oils. Okay, it's definitely an oil map. Hell of a lot of oils. So yeah, it's either going to be like those 2 spots there. You could say cyan and yellow are going to be against red and green, or whatever. I think, yeah, wherever your spots are closest. So yellow and cyan look pretty close, but I don't know if that's because they placed down their buildings or not. But yeah, you could, let's imagine cyan and yellow are fighting against red and against green here. Got the middle to fight over. Definitely going to be going for oil boom. It's definitely not an OECO map. I mean, you probably could, but there are these important bunkers that you could get hold of, and that could stop an OECO. Your bases are quite close. You could easily like drop down a couple of barracks there and just rally them across for infantry and Russia, USA. So yeah, you got these bunkers in the middle. I mean, if you get inside of there, drop down a few tunnels and get inside the bunkers, that's going to be a hard thing to crack there in the middle. But likewise, they could get like artillery, new cannons and inferno cannons and fire over. So yeah, pretty nice map. Quite a lot of money, quite a lot of oils, but also not too big as well. So yeah, interesting. So that one, if I'm not mistaken, was called Grass Valley. We're now going to look at Green Silk. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This will be the 9th map and last map. So vote for number 18 if you want to see Green Silk win this $20 prize. So this is Green Silk. I have actually played this before. So you've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crates there and 2 oils, and supply there with 30k. Looks to have changed this map. This one's made by Jundy. Those crates I don't think were there before, so now the middle is more interesting and more. There's more there to fight over. I think previously it was a repair bay and a refinery and a repair bay there, but now there's actually been crates added there. So that's actually pretty cool now, because the middle's now worth getting. There is a 3rd expansion to go for. As are in a lot of popular 1v1 maps and also team games as well, like a 3rd supply. So actually, yeah, this one looks pretty nice. Nice symmetry going on, nice little curvature of the paths and whatever. You can see actually a nice pattern on the actual map itself, and in the corners you've got these little green patches as well. Guessing that's all impassable. You won't be able to place a dozer and build a power there or something to try and survive. So yeah, when I played this map, I remember we had tank against USA as I was tank, and we actually managed to rush here, and you can put on some pressure. So like, whilst the base is not awfully close, they are also still pretty close. So it's like quite a balanced distance. It's not like super far, it's not super close, it's quite balanced. So yeah, you can actually put pressure on this supply. So I was thinking bunker ability. Could you bunker? Could you drop down a fire base there and a fire base there? You probably could, but if you did a bunker build, it's also that nice enough close distance so you could overpower one of the fire bases early on if you just rally all of your stuff there. So yeah, very, very nice map. Nice job by Jundy. He has already taken feedback and made those amendments, like adding them supplies in the middle. So a few players have already played on that, so it might give him a bit of an advantage. So yeah, Green Silk. So you've got number 10, Desert Oasis. 11 was Dock Block, not to be confused with Cock Block. Drowning Horses, that was the one with the blocked supplies with the supply crates. Dual Force, Dunes, Dust Bowl, Grasshopper, Grass Valley, Green Silk. Let us know in the comments what are your 2 favorite maps, and if you want to, it's optional. You can say why and what you like about the map. So yeah, you've got 2 votes. Let us know what are your top 2. So GG, and see you in the next one.